together. I'll be there and you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear. They're over, here under. They'll never have to wonder. We can always play by ear, but that's the deal, my dear. Lucky that my lips not only mumble, they spill kisses like a fountain. Lucky that my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. Lucky I have strong legs like my mother, to run recover when I need it. And these two eyes that for no other, the day you leave will cry a river. Le-lo-lo-le-lo-le, le-lo-lo-le-lo-le, at your feet. I'm at your feet. Whenever, wherever, we're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be near, and that's the deal, my dear. They're over, here under. You'll never have to wonder. We can always play by ear, but that's the deal, my dear. Le-lo-lo-le-lo-le, le-lo-lo-le-lo-le. Think out loud. Say it again. Oh, are we live? Are you conquering history yet, son? Hello, everybody! I am Conquering History Games, and welcome to the... all the viewers left. They're all gone. Like, it literally went to less than half than how many people were waiting, so that ain't good. Hi, everybody. I am Conquering History Games, and welcome to the streaming of Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order Last Days of Europe, version 1.2.0 Toolbox Theory. The upcoming new update for The New Order Last Days of Europe that will be released on November 20th. But the developers of the New Order have been very gracious and granted me an advance copy, so to speak, of the New Order. So thank you very much to them. So one thing I want to say right away is this is going to... First off, I hope you guys are enjoying the new menu pictures, especially that background. Having a bad time back there. But I just want to first say this is going to be my first time playing as Omsk, or the Black League. It does, though, have some new content. So if you're somebody who has seen the Black League before, there's still going to be new stuff in here for you. Because they have not streamed these new things, so that's very nice of them to suggest this for me. But also, this is also, obviously, it's going to be my first time playing Toolbox Theory, so I'm not going to be super familiar with it either, so I might do some semi-frequent save files to make sure that I don't make some sort of crucial mistake by accident. That's going to, like, end up ending the campaign prematurely. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. Let's just go ahead and get started now. We've already got people requesting for me to do stuff. So typical. Alright. We are going to play as Omsk here. Let's just get to it. We could, like, read this section, but I don't think I will, because I think there's going to be a little introductory thing. So here we are. We are Omsk. We are a tiny little state in the western Siberian region of the Russian warlord states. So let's get to it. And wow, happy to see so many people here. Okay. So, here we are. The Siberian Black League. The brightest flame had been flushed out by the darkest night, until all who remained were the children. A misguided flock, a misguided flock clinging to dead ideologies and false hopes. Their plans foiled each other until the successor slew itself, and out of its corpse the Black League was born. The Russian people had forfeited their chance at prosperity, now thrown into a pit by the Teutonic aggressor, doomed to witness generations waste away until justice be restored. The future is dead, but within the citadel city of Omsk burns a flicker of hope. That's us right there. Hope that one day the Russian people will climb out of the grave and into the light. The great trial approaches, but everybody else is blind to it. Foretold by Dmitry Karbyshev, whose dying eyes now gaze upon a monster birthed from the darkest night. The officers of the Black League, led by Dmitry Yazov, rally for the last battle that will determine the fate of the world. When the sun sets, men speak in hushed tones across Siberia, telling of a black spot on the map from which emerge ominous clouds, masking the movements of soldiers without lines, conditioned to ruthlessly execute anyone who stands in the way of national reclamation. Indeed, the philosophy of the League preaches national survival. The Russian people must be prepared for anything, be it the inevitable Great Trial or a nuclear apocalypse. Unbeknownst to many, however, the new guard of Omsk spiral further and further from Karbyshev's ideals. Within their iron hearts, their hearts of iron, you might say. Truly, they have hearts of iron instead of flesh and blood. Burn a passion for revenge on an unprecedented scale. If the Black League is to remain stable, it must fuel the pyre with tales of conquest, for momentum is of the essence. The very concept of civilian must be stamped out until every plowshare becomes a sword. The Great Trial does not wait. Omsk is a city surrounded by enemies. Communists in Tumen. Hold on a sec. That's not Tumen. Communists in Tumen. The renegade Red Army in Sverdlovsk. Oh, shoot. In Sverdlovsk. Not to mention the various warlords around old Russia. Will the Black League crash and burn like its predecessor, or will the night grow darker? So, features: manage squabbling cliques of officers while fending off attacks from all sides and preparing to reunite all of Russia, reshape the very psyche of the Russian population to be prepared for total war. The great trial awaits, vengeance awaits, destiny lies ahead! Alright. So, oh, we could view the standings of the Cold War. So I think this is part of the new thing. So it's showing the power projection of the different lead countries of the factions. So you see the United States of America can project power into the East Pacific, South Atlantic, North Atlantic, and Indian Ocean. Das Großmannreich der Deutschen Nation is projecting power in the South Atlantic, North Sea, and Indian Ocean. Italy is in the Mediterranean. And Dai Nippon Taikoku has the ability to project power in the East Pacific, West Pacific, and the Indian Ocean. So, yeah, and this just shows like the various scores and whatnot, and we could check these. So right now, actually, the United States of America is winning, son. And world tension's at 62%. If this value ever reaches 100, the world will be plunged into conflict of a sort unheard of since the dawn of the New Order. It may be a matter of time before everything we once knew and held dear is set ablaze, leading down a path the end of which no mortal being is cognizant. Now. So, let's look at this, the free production units. We have free production units that could be allocated here. So, as it says here, production units are a measure of our nation's industrial capacity and can be allocated towards civilian factories, million factories, or to produce consumer goods. So if we open this up, or we have to do it here, you'll see it says we have 0 military factories, 0 dockyards, well, obviously. And we have no military factories and whatnot. So we come up here, and we click this button. and it shows all of our production units. So based on our GDP of our states and our trade balance, our nation has 8 production units available. We need 0.3 billion GDP to gain 1 more production unit. We are limited to using 6 of these units due to our grid power. Now over here is the grid power. Grid power is used to power your nation's economy and is produced by a power plant buildings. Grid power acts as a cap on the number of production units which can be assigned. But yeah, the whole thing here with like raising GDP gives you more production units. Now, you know how there's tons and tons of focuses. Gosh, I like how all these people are streaming in here. Very nice. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody here for the first time. But yeah, you know how a lot of the Russian nations that the warlords, as you get into the regional stage and stuff, they'll say, you know, here's a 35-day focus, and it'll let you increase your GDP, and you kind of go, well, who cares? Well, now the more GDP you have, the more factories you have, essentially. So we can only assign 6, though, because of the grid power. So as you see, we have 2 in our civilian factories now, 3 in our military factories, and 1 in consumer goods. We cannot manually assign the consumer goods. That just happens automatically. So it's just showing how much is being taken up right now. But you see, we could do something where we could actually have no military factories and instead 5 civilian factories, or vice versa. And this is before we assign things, so it's not like we're losing production efficiency cap or anything. But I think this 2 to 3 ratio is good for the ideology that we have. You know, we're military focused. So yeah. We are here, Marshall CHG, and we are many. Finally, GDP isn't something to post on Reddit for the sweet karma. Yeah. Anyway. So. Let's figure out what we want to research here. Or actually, let's take a look at a few things. Because remember, I've also never played Omsk before. So I also kind of get familiar with the nation. So we are ultra-militarist, ultra-nationalist. National spirits, Luftwaffe terror bombing, we're all very familiar with that. We are fueled by hate. Nice. Wish my car ran on hate. So, during the last trial, each of us saw and faced hell on Earth. The Nazis razed our cities, slaughtered our families, and shattered the union we worked so hard to build as the world unraveled around us. Somebody say, "Unraveling the world!" We resolved to never again allow the Teuton to spoil our homes. Never again would we travel in fear as the jackboot trampled on our soul. Whatever the cost, whatever the sacrifice, the day of the great trial will come. On that day, they will feel our terrible vengeance. Yeah, so you know, you gotta remember we're in pain. Our whole world has unraveled, you know? Let's see here. Hold on. Play the thing. Alright, I'll turn that just in the background now. So, yeah, so Russia's world has just totally unraveled. But this is going to boost our recruitable population and division attack. So they feel our terrible vengeance. Our back, nothing left to lose. Our backs are pressed against the wall, our supplies run low, and yet morale is as high as ever. Each and every son and daughter of the Black League knows their mission and knows they have nothing to lose. For the last trial already robbed them of everything. This simple truth has transformed the League from a band of disgruntled veterans to an army with discipline unparalleled in the Russian wastes. We will survive our current dire circumstances. We will rebuild what was lost, and when the great trial comes, we will repay our enemies for every life lost. So that helps with supply consumption and division organization, which I guess. So Then we finally have a puppet in all but name. It is a sad fact that the founder of the Black League... Hold on a second. Show our name. There we go. It is a sad fact that the founder of the Black League, General Karl Ship... Oh! Thank you very much for the super chat, Marlin Sock. I'm unsure what Toolbox Theory is supposed to do, but I'm hyped to find out. We're all going to find out. He's not as young as he once was. As he's aged, though his mind is as sharp as ever, his body has become frail and weak. The people weep to know that he is not long for this world, and yet not all is lost. Unlike Poland. The loyal sons and daughters of the Black League's officer corps are glad to receive and deliver General Karbyshev's orders, and even to reinterpret them when the general's mind has slipped. It is a service that most are glad to perform, no matter how much the general begs for it to end. Thank you very much, MPC Porky, who says, donation to the League. That's right, the Black League needs your help. Is it quickly? Dang it, I need like a... The Black League needs your help! Join the fight! Donate freely for Russia! Actually, that's too far ahead of time. Do we still have the helicopter units here? I think we do. Because I don't think we're gonna... Something tells me we're not gonna have much in the way of, manpower. Okay. I'm glad you like the song, Daunter. Let's get... Oh, industry tree looks different. New construction and whatnot. Administrative offices can be constructed. And there's also the thermoelectrical plants. Yeah, to me, free Mother Russia from the Hun, we only need your parents' credit card. Also your social security. Don't forget those 3 numbers on the back. Helicopter units don't exist anymore? Alright, then we probably shouldn't research them. Then what are they here? What do they do? Or is they going to take it out later? Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. I guess we'll go tanks. Electricity is fascist, comrade. Oh, there we go. The music's over. I'm just trying to think of what I want to research here. It's so difficult when you only have, like, the first 2 things. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's, oh yeah, our national focus, of course. The last days of Karmed Karbyshev. He doesn't have long, and his energy seems to have left him. We must march ever forward on the path to the great trial. Okay, so now we have our civilian factories and whatnot available to us. Okay, so we have yet another new thing here. Hold on, yeah. When we go into... No, not that button. Where's the other button? Here we go, here we go. Under construction. So we have this satisfaction template thing here. And yeah, so this is a lot of changes going on here. So the things that we can build is stuff like a naval dockyard, and they have different naval dockyard different grid consumptions, I think. So a naval dockyard will take half of a grid power. Synthetic refinery takes half. Fuel silos takes 0. Every time we build a thermoelectrical plant, we get 6 grid power. Nuclear reactors give lots of grid power, so now it's not just when you are kind of role-playing, like some of you who have seen my United States of America campaign where I ended up with John Glenn as president. Just for role play, I built nuclear reactors everywhere in the United States, but they didn't actually do anything. Oh, I'm very familiar with the Battle on Ice music. Yeah, now it'll be more than a role play thing. There is an enrichment plant, which provides the state with production of enriched uranium for use in nuclear weapons. Exact quantity produced each month depends on the level of our nuclear expenditures. And if there's no uranium, no warheads will be produced. Consumes uranium, and it also consumes grid power, costs money every month, but don't make warheads for you. So, missile silos, whoever uses those. Then we've got schools. Now this is where it's getting a little more interesting because we have these things up here and satisfaction. So a school, the construction of a school is only part of the project for creating an educated, well-informed base of citizens, establishing transportation to get children to school, keeping them well supplied, and scholarships to encourage entrance into higher education are all just as vital to the development of our nation's workplace and intelligentsia. Physical construction and funding of educational expenditures all are counted as educational expenditure, and the cost of these will increase as our ambitions do. And that's also going to take up the grid power, excuse me. There are administrative offices, bureaucrats. Can't live with them, can't live without them. The very apparatus of the state is entirely dependent upon their performance at the end of the day. In order to keep the state moving smoothly and without corruption, we're going to need to keep our state departments well funded and well staffed. This can be expensive, and it will be all the more expensive as the state takes on additional responsibilities. There are hospitals. A healthy people is a productive people, and one that is content. Whatever the policy on public health is, having funded and responsive, I don't think that and needs to be there. Responsive emergency. Oh, no, the sentence is correct. Yeah, having funded and responsive emergency services is a must. And the state can intervene in the sphere of health in any number of ways. The more direct our hand in all of this, the more expensive it's going to be to maintain and expand our services, whatever the benefits it may be. So there's the military base. Amateurs study tactics, professionals study logistics. That old maxim has some truth to it. After all, since the First World War, he who mobilizes first for a conflict has the upper hand. The expense of keeping ahead on the logistical front can be great, from the buildings and maintaining of forts and air bases to upgrading and maintaining military equipment. We will be all the more thankful for it when the time does come for our armed forces to take the field. And then finally in this section, we've got the prisons. Law and order are difficult to maintain in the modern day. The line against chaos is often thin and tenuous, drawn in the sand with only our police forces and their support networks to hold it. Funding of police forces only goes so far, however. With maintenance and expansion of prisons, the involvement of non-police assistance, and other methods of crime finding and prevention, there are a great many things to invest funding in that will ultimately help either prevent or stop crime in our country. So, yeah, we got infrastructure, airbase, radar station. The rest of this is just sort of the same. So if we come over here, we have the satisfaction stuff, and this is why you will build the different things. So like schools, we have 0 out of 5 schools that are needed to reach 100% satisfaction based on our population and education. A policy. The next school built will increase satisfaction by about 31.90%. Satisfaction is affected by diminishing returns that increase more slowly the closer it is to 100%. School satisfaction acts as an additional, I think that's like production efficiency growth, multiplier for the current educational policy. At 100% satisfaction, the current educational policy will grant their full effects. At 50% satisfaction, their effects will be cut in half, and so on. Our network of schools, row 0, across 0 of our 1 states, grants us an extra negative 5% research speed. Having functional schools in states that don't have any will improve our research speed, especially in more populated states, in particular in Omsk, where it would grant us a 12.5% extra research speed. So yeah, we would have a 17.5% research speed swing if we built 1 school. Because we just have none here. But there's other bad stuff here. So like our population growth is currently going down because we don't have hospitals. We don't have prisons, so that's hurting stability. The army bases, Right now, we're getting a recruitable population factor and division organization boost, so we're actually pretty much fine there. And then we don't have administrative offices, so that's hurting our daily political power gain. So basically, we might want to do an administrative office or a school first. But we also need grid power, whose limits we've already reached on our production units. So, of course, I think for right now, let's just go ahead and build some infrastructure, but then we might need to build a power plant, and then we'll do the other stuff. So yeah, as somebody said, there is, okay, we already looked at the Cold War tab, we looked at the construction tab, and yeah, I guess let's go ahead and look at the economy tab, which is how you manage your national economy and trade with international partners. And everybody just is screaming and running away now. They're like, what the fuck? If I wanted to play Victoria 2, I'd play Victoria 2! So a lot of stuff going on in here I don't know at all. First time, remember? So, anyway, let me drink some water here. Get ready for the water drinking ASMR portion of the stream. Cheers, everybody, because I'm drinking out of a stein. Excuse me. Okay. We return to our regularly scheduled programming. So, we need to, okay, we're going to be talking about the economy. So, wait. I'm just pulling up something here in the other monitor I think you guys will like. So we need to stop the war music because we're talking about the doggone economy. So, let's get on that stock exchange floor. Okay, yeah, first the person's got to fucking do his little subscribe thing. Alright, there we go. So, alright. Buy. Sell. Buy the dip. Let's talk about the economy. Here we are on the stock exchange floor. And, alright, let's start here with the macro economy. So, we have a military-directed economy, which is giving us 10% bonuses to our factory output, dockyard output, and construction speed. Frenchen says, less than 100% of your budget going into the military, clearly not playing Omsk in character. We're still on January 1st here. So, in a military-directed economy, I hope you guys like, by the way, you guys think of the ambiance. Are you okay with it? Is it not too loud? Not too quiet? In a military-directed economy, the military controls the economy directly, with most, if not all, of the economic output being geared toward their goals. Most popular in stratocracies and military dictatorships of all stripes. It, however, tends to neglect the well-being of its citizens for the benefit of the army, as regimes using this economic system are more often than not of a quite nationalistic, if not ultra-nationalistic nature. It's perfect. Thank you. So, we're getting PUs from GDP, 1 PU, and we're getting 0 PUs from trade, and other PUs are 7. So the PUs are the production units. We have a credit rating of C. Credit rating is determined by our fiscal and economic health and affects our interest rates and debt ceiling. Our current credit rating is terrible and rising. This gives us the following effects. Our debt ceiling is increased by 110%. The interest rates are 12.4%. The effective debt on interest rates is negative 50%, like 50% in a bad way. Our stability is down by 10%, as somebody already noticed. Yeah, we're at only 40% stability right now. So not great. Not great. And the effective debt on our GDP growth is minus 40%. Our maximum credit rating is fair, and our minimum credit rating is junk. So we've got inflation here, which you know, it's kind of casting into the past how we've been. We've just been steady. It looks like for the last what, 15 months it's going back. So there's a money creation thing here, so we can click this to just, you know, print money, which is everybody who lived through the infamous year of 2020 knows that if you run out of money, you just print more of it, and there's literally no consequences. Can I get a brrr in chat, please? Click on the credit rating icon. Oh, and there's more. Okay. Great. So this shows our various credit ratings. Our credit rating varies based on our fiscal, economic, and geopolitical system. It varies between a minimum and a maximum. So right now we have terrible credit. So it's second to worst. But at least we're not junk. And if we get to AAA prime instead of something filled with subprime shit with FICO scores below 550. Sorry. Had a moment there. So if we were ever to get all the way up to a prime credit rating, we'd have an unlimited debt ceiling, interest rate of only 1.5%. What the fuck is this shit? Hey! I just want the stock exchange sound. What the fuck was that? Alright. That was ridiculous. Jack to the tits! Anyway, yeah, interest rate will be better, stability will be better, etc., etc. Anyway. So, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Economic sphere is non-existent at the moment. I was referencing The Big Short, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about. As an econ major, seeing an 8% inflation rate genuinely scares me. Let's see. So, yeah, if we just start printing the money, inflation goes up. So, you know, just a reminder that this is a video game and has no basis in reality. You could just print money in real life. There's no consequences. Okay, and then we got fresh off the presses. So this is, I think, supposed to be like our ticker. 1% increase on nominal GDP growth. This policy is at 0% effectiveness, increasing growth by 0%. It will improve over time, reaching the best effects 5 months after it will enact. So I think it's like, if I do this, is it going to right away show me what will happen? No. So there's like a delay. There's a delay to it. But we're in the money for this moment. I have gotten super chat, so I don't care about getting demonetized now. Okay, so next up, we have our GDP here, flat as could be. Our nominal GDP growth is 1.442% from a base nominal growth of 2.5% and a multiplier of 0.57. So, let's see here. So you just got to do, you know, oh dang it, I was trying to do that. Let's do some calculations, y'all. So, our base nominal growth is 2.5%. Listen for the keyboard ASMR. Then we add 0.6% from our base rate, and then 1.9% from our decipit. Then our growth rate multiplier is 0.577 plus 1.5, yeah, just a flat 1 from the base multiplier, minus 0.11 from the country modifier. And then we add the 0.1 because we have 5 built infrastructures out of the 10 max that are possible in our core states when we have 1 core states. So this is actually very simple math. But then, of course, you got to account for taxes. So that's a minus 0.413, 0.115, 0.292, and then minus 0.006 from the sales tax. And so, yeah, that's how you get our GDP growth modifier of 0.577. Yeah, checks out. It checks out. All right. So our debt to GDP ratio right now is 6.2%. Debt ceiling, well, this is actually stuff that we already basically looked at, so we can kind of go through that. So let's talk about the deficit. Our economy has an annual deficit of 0.02 billion. So I'm having to. Some of you guys are getting, because people are very upset with the mat. Then they're saying shit and fuck and stuff. YouTube is filtering them, so I keep having to click over to the other monitor to unfilter your comments. So an economic deficit is caused if our spending is more than our revenue. That's how deficit works. Kiddies, ever run a lemonade stand? And it will lead to an increase in our nominal GDP growth as long as it continues. However, our debt will also increase by our monthly deficit every month, along with the cost in political power. So, you know, real consequences. Hold on, stop it before that hip-hop goes on again. There we go. Yeah, so actual consequences. If you're like, oh, I'm in debt, I'll just kill myself. No. You're going to lose political power. Awaiting input. That's cute. So, nobody kill yourself, please. So, these are our total expenditures, which right now is, as you can see, we have this big salmon-colored, military spending, 70%. 28% is the civilian spending, and then because of the debt servicing is a very fraction of the pie there. So over here is then our revenue, which is less than our expenditures, which is not good. Most of the money we're getting here is it's a split. We have 44% of our income coming from income tax and 44% from business tax. So in case you're like, oh, it's Omsk, by the way, high tenebrification. It's like, oh, it's just, I'm just here to draw my war arrows and go burr with them. No. Income tax. Income tax is needed to fund the great trial. So then we've got excise revenue, and there's no other revenue there. We have our reserves, which some of you who have played this before are familiar with how you could use it to pay off debt. So that's where this is now. Our government's reserves give us some extra versatility in our economy, such as through paying off our debts or investing in it. Reserves are gained through unique circumstances or through surpluses in our spending. However, reserves should be spent whenever it is possible, since holding on to them will cause our GDP growth to stagnate. So it's like one of those things where, if it's the end of a fiscal year, if in your business and you you find out that there's some extra money on the budget, well, you need to spend that quick, get it done. So I'm surprised the amount of viewers is actually going up. I thought all this these charts and the math and the lack of war arrows and the no funny genocide of Germans would have people running away. Let's see. Franchan says, lower your military spending while you're at peace. You don't need the war benefits at peace, but you do need to not have a horrible deficit. That makes sense. But we have a great trial on the way. So we don't have reserves now, so this isn't really relevant. We can also do auto payments so that reserve cash and surplus value will pay off our national debt at the start of each month. We'll keep that on for right now. Then there are war taxes, Any bonds today, bonds of freedom, that's what I'm selling. Any bonds today, scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man, asking you to buy your share of freedom today. Except, we're not here for freedom, we're here to kill Germans. So there's war taxes, at least not yet anyway. But war taxes can be enacted in times of need. Nice, we're over 100 viewers who are listening to me sing old Looney Tunes war bond songs. War taxes can be enacted in times of need, when a war takes too much of a toll on the national economy, and when the costs of enacting it are deemed to be worth the economic boost. I'm turning on my fan. Enacting war taxes will grant us a business and income tax rate buff of 15%, but we're going to lose 7.5% war support as well as 1.5% GDP growth, and there will temporarily be a draft exemption policy effectiveness that goes down by 10%. It costs 50 political power to do that. The power of Keynesianism will bring more viewers to CHG streams. What is this music? God, that's an awful outro. Oh, here we go. Trading floor atmosphere. 10 hours. That's what I'm talking about. Found a much better one. Yeah, much better. Thank you, Black Screen Ambient Sounds, who only has 18 subscribers. What? Okay, guys. Everybody, we're gonna... Oh, thank you very much. 10 bravification for the bond money. Hey, guys. There's 104 of us here, right? I'm gonna do something really fun here. If anybody likes this ambient... let's help somebody out. If anybody likes this music or this ambient sound, I just put a link to the channel that's doing it in the chat. So go subscribe to him if you want to hear ambiance, because it looks like this guy puts out a lot of stuff, or at least used to. And yeah, they're all 10-hour ambient noises. That's awesome. Good for him or her. All right. Anyway, going back to this, so we're almost done with this tab. Oh, speaking of subscribers, we just got a subscriber. Thank you, Gorlami. Military spending. This is the sum of our military expenditures multiplied by military expenditures modifier of 70%. Spending effects will update monthly, and costs will go into effect then as well. Same thing over here with our civilian spending, which is a modifier of 100%. So tell that guy I sent you. So we got Navy funding here, Army funding and whatnot that's giving different buffs. So the Navy funding, we're not even spending money there. It's like irrelevant, so I can't even modify it. That's why it's at 0 and 0. But the Army funding right now is at 50%. If you see, the pie chart right away starts to shift as I bring it up and down. So yeah, it's like EU4. So if I did this, if I brought my Army expenditure down, we'd actually start to run a slight surplus. Oh, my logo, my face cam, I'm so sorry. Let me move that over here. So, yeah, this is what I was showing. So, like, as you can see, as I modify the Army expenditures here, it shows you how much of a deficit or surplus you're then getting. So, it's kind of like EU4 is what I was saying. So, like, if we went all the way to the left, we'd have a very, very, very insignificantly small economy. So, where was I? We can have, like, social expenditures here that are going to give different buffs. Thank you very much for the super chat, Young Reading Phaser 101. We're going to make those Germans pay their taxes. Dmitry Yazov probably. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Simpar. So, over here, we have economic warning signs in the bottom right corner, one of which is already highlighted. Our real GDP growth is currently negative. Hold on, I don't have Omsk on the screen. There we go. There we go. Where was I? Click on the gears. Oh, yeah. So there's also, like, subcategories here, as you can see, on the Army expenditures. So you can, like, jack up the Army expenditures, but you decide, I don't want to be funding logistics. So right now, let's say we maxed everything out, or as much as we could right now. If we went to logistics, this would be helping us with our terrain penalties, unit upkeep, supply grace, supply consumption, org loss when moving, our air range for our planes, I'm guessing. But the out of supply and encirclement penalties would go up. So we got a lot of good logistics, but if we get cut off, it's going to get worse. So want to watch out for that. Maintenance funding, if it was maxed out, these is giving us buffs to division organization, recovery rate, our monthly military professionalism goes up more, which is nice. We haven't even looked at what we are on all of those quite yet. Thank you all very much, everybody, for the super chats, by the way. Our war support is up, our stability is up, and the Army training actual effectiveness is going to go up as well. Yes, Toolbox Theory, Victoria 3 confirmed. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Smiling Altar. R&D funding over here increases our Army research speed by 14.6% if I have it maxed out, so that is not insignificant. And then procurement funding doesn't do anything. So, but as you can see, it's not eating up anything anyway. The only thing that's actually seems to be um, costing us money is maintenance funding. But like, let's say logistics. I don't care about logistics right now. Maybe I want to put this down. You know, bring that down like that. So you know, you do have the subcategories and maintenance funding. You know, I think we might want to keep that up for the monthly military professionalism, for example. No trail water. Okay, now let's close this. And over here, if we look at civilian spending, there is the social expenditures, there are administrative expenditures, and then there's science expenditures. So we've got 17, actually, excuse me, did I say 17? We've got 10. That was way off. We've got 10 different sub things here. So there's like healthcare funding, so the healthcare effectiveness gets boosted. That's the hospitals, right? I'm trying to keep track of stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing we have a lot of people who are part of TNO here. I'm happy to see you all. Education funding boosts education effectiveness. This is unemployment effectiveness and pensions effectiveness. So pretty straightforward there. Then we've got admin expenditures. Security funding increases safety. Pollution funding helps with the pollution stuff. Then there is safety funding and bureaucratic funding. So we said click on the world tension in the top right. I think we looked at this before. Oh, initializing conflicts. We activated them! That's cute. Oh, display. Show all current active wars. You can see the fire here. Oh, thank you very much, Fireheads506. Like your profile picture. Have a sexy bond. Also, on November 20th, do you plan to stream with the new TNO update that's supposed to release? This is it. This is the release. And thank you very much again to the TNO team for allowing me early access. So yeah, we've got 3 civil wars here. There's the Mongolian Civil War going on, the Buryat Mutiny, and the Malayan Emergency. Wait, which one's the Malay Emergency? Is this a new one? Hold on a second. Hold on a freaking second here. Yeah, there's a little war going on down here. Between Seonmaru Ginsubu, basically the Singapore region, and the UMAJF. How interesting. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, there's new proxy wars. I've heard that there are new proxy wars. I don't know the details of which they are going to be. So, anyway, the stock market background noise is still going, which means we still have to be talking about the economy. Where was I? Yeah, so we're looking at administrative expenditures. Notice how this stayed open when I closed out of it. Very nice. Yeah, so the bureaucracy funding helps with our taxable population and stability. So like if we have this even halfway there, we're at 12.5% stability boost. If we were to max it out, that's an additional 18.7% stability. So obviously that's something that could be good to have. And then finally, we've got science expenditures. The research funding, of course, helps with research speed, and faculties funding helps with the research facility monthly change, which I don't think we could... Yeah. Okay. Now, this is awesome. I really like that you could actually see a bar without having to, you know, hover over it and then do the math. There's a bar that it's like you can get a quick, instant glance and see what's going on here. We've got these trends going on as well. Oh, poverty rate's looking a little different. Is the bar just not there or something? Okay. Now, so I think, yeah, as I was saying before, though, we have our economic warning signs going on over here. So there is possible for negative real growth or real GDP growth, which is nominal GDP growth minus inflation, is positive right now, so we don't have a problem there. 93% poverty rate. We've been unraveled. We've been unraveled, people. So Inflation rate is under control right now, so we don't have to worry about that. I like how they did do the bubble. We do not have an extremely high deficit. We do not have critical debt. We do not have bloated reserves. And, of course, we do not have a full-blown fiscal crisis. We don't have any of those things to worry about. So, we can now finally move on to trade. This top part stays the same either way, by the way, if you guys hadn't noticed it. This is our production. So, you know, this you know how this stuff works. I don't have to explain it to you, but showing how much we're consuming, how much we're importing, whatever. We have stockpiles here, which I like a lot. It also shows how much uranium we have, should we want to build nukes. We talked about that earlier. Import, export, it's showing the billions we're getting here. We're getting we're not getting any production units from trade right now because we don't have the grid for it, so it's showing, you know, we're supposed to be getting 2, but we're actually getting 0 because we don't have the electrical capacity. We could apparently trade oil for production units, so I guess that's the petrol dollar, as they say. See, there's going to be a lot of zeros in the import-export. You don't need to waste time looking at a graphic if you're too busy putting out the fire your economy fell into. Yeah. So we have recurring trade here. We can increase our weekly export of oil. Well, we have a little bit of oil, but we're sort of holding on to it for right now. But, you know, as we expand and we get access to more oil, this is going to make refineries much stronger. Which is good, because I've always hated refineries. I think they're very weak. But now, if we could trade them for production units directly, I think it'll be very good. There's this auto balance thing. You know what? We'll leave that on. We'll leave that on for right now. And I think that's it. So, oh yeah. And right here we have our government expenses ledger. So this is just going to kind of a very simple way to look at where everything's being spent on. So, like, our army is eating, like, our military budget is like our entire, pretty much our whole budget. Yeah, why don't you tell me, explain how this should work? Yeah, that's right, from the song Unravel, that's true. Oil crisis will influence the game a lot more with this. Yes, absolutely. And I think it's also going to be crucial for, because I've complained about this in the past, how I don't like, I think that the United States shouldn't be hit as hard by the oil crisis if you spent time, you know, developing your Texas oil fields, for example. So that'll, maybe, like, we haven't hit the oil crisis yet, of course. We haven't even hit the 2nd of January. You guys are all so patient, by the way. You're wonderful, all of you. But yeah, we'll see how it works. Okay, so, yeah, and it's like, if you didn't develop your old fields, the oil crisis should hurt you, but it's like, yeah, if you've been investing in oil production, you should at least offset the crisis a bit. And now there's going to be a tangible way to do that. Alright, so let's start assigning our shit. Yeah, oil crisis isn't only about oil. Yes, 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 but anyway, let's not get arguing about this stuff right now. Let's just figure out what we want to do with our military factories here. I guess we'll do with some basic stuff here. Our infantry rifles, support equipment, and artillery. Yeah. What kind of military you guys think I should make, by the way? I was thinking about just doing tanks, do some main battle tanks, nothing too crazy. Oil crisis isn't about oil, it's about the world economy shitting itself. Yeah, I know, because it's like the 2008 crisis. Like, the housing triggered everything else. I'm just saying. Anyway, I've said my piece. Let's move on. So we're out of the economy trap, so we can finally leave this trading floor atmosphere. Okay. All right. Let's get back to business, shall we? Oh, that's some loud sound effects. Nice, I like it. Alright. Alright, who we got for our field marshals? I guess Karbashev is who we should start with. Hey, who's that fella? And let's get as our general... How about this Yazov guy? He's just got a cool face. Actually, he's politically connected, so that hurts his leader experience gain, which kind of sucks. We'll figure those things out later. So. Can you show what Sablin Big Chunkus' new sub-ideology is? Right. So, I don't know if they have the sub-ideologies here just yet. So, like, these... Well, there's, like, Bukharinism. Oh, here we go, yeah. So, you have Bukharinism, which is a subset of communism, I guess. And then this is just straight-up communism. Let's try to find some of the other communist states so we can compare. Yeah, West Russia believes in Bukharinism. Human follows Stalinism within communism. Okay, yeah, so the sub-ideologies are there. And then People's Revolutionary Council, also Bukharinism. Let's see here. The new Russian voice lines are recorded by a Russian team member. Nice! Very cool. Hover over the ideology icon for a better tooltip. Oh, okay. So... Or wait, do I do it... Where would I look? Oh, okay, here we go. Like this. So... Polarizing ideology. Or wait, where would the thing be for them? Which one is the ideology? I'm so sorry. They have a... Oh, you can also see what kind of economy everybody uses. So, like, he's got a planned economy. Like, Tomsk has free market capitalism. Tomsk is looking smaller. I wonder what's the deal up here in northern Siberia. Strange. The thing icon to the left of the flag. Left of the flag? Not there. Icon left of the country name. Oh, okay. So, this is Bolshevikov communism. And if we go here, Bolshevikov communism, Bukharinism. Okay, cool. So then let's actually take a better look at what our ideology is. We should start there. Ultra-militarist regimes are in general a little more than a... I need to get some more water. Ooh. Ultra-militarist regimes are in general little more than a military organization expending the minimal effort possible to provide civilian state institutions. In order to redirect all that possible toward the military and military-related interests, they are in essence an army with a state, with every decision of policy ultimately in some fashion supporting military endeavors, and with nearly all actions underlaid by an ideological doctrine of rabid and uncompromising nationalism. These letters, these sentences are bordering on Tolstoyesque, but I like Tolstoy. To achieve this, they are often internally characterized by omnipresent propaganda and the active promotion of nationalist thought. In addition, and in order to sustain their military administration, such governments typically display extreme aggression on the world stage towards both neighboring states, as well as those considered state enemies for reasons of history, political expediency, and others is determined. This often results in the nation being in near eternal conflict, armed or otherwise, which to its leaders and people is often a desired goal in of itself. Grey tides are the riders. The grey tides are the guards. Huh. So, yeah, so I'm happy to explore, especially in this first nation error, nation not found, contact your administrator. That's a terrific pit right there. So I'm happy to, especially in this first episode, if anybody wants me to look at specific things, I'll do that. So look, they have like this glass crack up here, which is where the their diplomacy and stability and whatnot is there, but it's just anarchy. There's nothing there except isolated villages. Area's not going to pose much of a threat. Anarchistic economy going on there. Yeah, nothing happening. So a couple people were also bringing up Kemerov. So like Kemerov believes in despotism, right? Zemsky Sobor saw the control of monarchs diminish in favor of the aristocracy. No allegiance to his king. Today, in a world desperate for hope, some might seek to place all faith in royalty once again, as the great French King Louis XIV once said, "When king, when law, when faith." Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, you know what? Intermission. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna play some music. When the music's over, I'll be back. I'm very, very sorry, guys. Alright, hello everybody, I'm back. Was the music even playing? Oh my gosh. Uh, so thanks for hanging around, guys. I'm super sorry about that. My phone is now on silent. There will be no interruptions. Um, so, anyway. Um, let's get back to it, shall we? Alright. Now, where were we? Got kind of lost my groove. We were looking at the ideologies and stuff. So we've taken our first thing. We're now a little bit over an hour into it. Let's unpause and let that first hour of the game go by. Anything happen? No. All right, let's pause and look at some more stuff now. We made it to 3 in the morning, everybody. So I just wanted to kind of go over our political policies here, kind of like I like to go over national spirits, just so we can see what kind of society we're dealing with, and then we'll check out Nixon, Indonesia, and Magnitogorsk. I'm not anyway. So we have a one-party state. We have so the one-party state aids our daily political power gain. Ideology drift defense is up, and stability is up as well. We have state atheism. So trade unions are illegal. Closed borders is our immigration policy. We have corvée slavery. Public meetings have been outlawed. There's a state press. There is no voting. We allow refugees in if they are skilled. So what does that do? It actually hurts our monthly population, but it helps with our academic base, industrial growth, and poverty rate, so that's cool. The military policies is we have service by requirement. The women offer military assistance. Supervision, kill them all. What does that even mean? I don't... What is supervision? I guess like in the rules of engagement, watchdog, or what? Division attack. Oh, I guess it's saying like we just don't care. Like once we're at war, we don't give a shit. Just go. If it moves, kill it. All right. Training. We do basic training. What does this yellow thing here mean? Base policy is stagnant. Our training-based policy effectiveness is 70%, modified to 11.16% in our Army, maintenance of 50%, and our national base satisfaction of 31.9%. Racial integration, we have segregated regiments. That seems straight. Actually, no, that makes sense. Kill 'em all means war crimes are encouraged. We were going to rename it, but apparently forgot. I don't know, you probably might get into some shit from Paradox. Then again, there's so much crap in this mod that I was gonna say maybe if you actually did put the words war crimes encouraged, somebody would screenshot it and like, you know, some fucking idiot at the New York Times who's got nothing else to do, or like the Washington Post, excuse me, would like write a whole thing about it. Anyway, closed economy is our trade law. High income weighted income taxation. Minimum wage is there is no minimum wage. 14-hour work days. We have restricted child labor. Trinket pensions. Like, who the fuck is living to old age? Why do we need pensions? Unemployment. We have no unemployment subsidies. There are no safety regulations. Service for care. What does that mean? Is that like you have to join the military and then you get health care or something? I'm not sure. Probably is that what it means? Okay, you probably get health care if you're in the army. That's what it means. No pollution controls. We do allow public higher education. There is penal slavery. Sexual minorities are outlawed. Out from the law. Having slavery or having no slavery are both too extreme, so we just need a little bit of slavery. Centrist Omsk. Sweet Providence says yellow is how much you can get. The green is how much actually works. Yeah. I was picking that up. Okay, gender rights. Women are allowed in the workplace. We kind of already saw that. Minorities have legal inequality. All warfare is indeed based and on emus. Sun Tzu wrote that. You could look it up. And we have a security service state. It's a little stronger than police. Basic literacy, outdated research facilities, basic mechanization, widespread corruption, and nascent industrial base, power tools, and political interference. Let's see here. So we have resources we're lacking in. I'm not going to trade for that right now. 90% poverty rate. Actually, I think it's 93. 93.10. Can you change the music from the nuke atmosphere? Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let's look at some of the... We're going to look at 3 countries that people brought up, and then we're going to go from there. So somebody said to look at Indonesia. We have the Republic of Indonesia under Sukarno now, who has social nationalism, which is a subset of authoritarian democracy. The answer to the brutality of colonialism is the theory of social nationalism. Unlike the nationalism which burst the right in SOA, it posits the colonized can become a nationally cohesive unit through the recognition of a shared struggle. Social nationalists do not argue their people should unite on the grounds of their ethnic or cultural superiority. Instead, they must unite to defeat their oppressors. And they'll use any economic system to achieve their aims. So we're looking at Indonesia. We're also, what was the other one somebody said? I don't remember. Was it something over here? Oh yeah, here we go. It was Magnitogorsk with Lysenko is a civilian dictatorship of despotism. It's a republican form of government. It should not be mistaken for a democratic one. It just reminds me of the people who, you know, the argument, like the type of person. I'm not going to say how right or wrong they are, but you know that type of person on the internet who's just, excuse me, the United States is a republic, not a democracy, and it's just like, you know, that kind of person. It's like Rick and Morty, like the show. The show is fine. The show can be funny. Sometimes it can be bad. Either way, but I think we can all agree that the Rick and Morty fans are awful people. You know, so when I'm seeing the you know, like personally, they're just abhorrent to deal with. Yeah. Actually, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they have a civilian dictatorship, despotism over here, and then what was the third one somebody wanted me to look at? I might need to go back and look in the chat. I like how busy the chat is, though. I'm very, very happy about that. Sverdlovsk, that was it. Somebody wanted me to look at Sverdlovsk. So Sverdlovsk is a stratocracy, authoritarian democracy. Stratocracies do not by nature have to be oligarchic or autocratic. They often end up as such due to the necessities of military rule. This fusion of military and democratic governance is exceedingly rare and comes about through a combination of meritocratic beliefs and sustained military pressure, such as through war or domestic conflict. This rarity should not be mistaken for weakness, however. A stratocracy is legion, and a legion conquers. We'll see about that. Oh, wait, what was that? Salty John just subscribed. Thank you very much. So that's it for now. Okay, yeah, I know people want me to look at the SBA and the Reich Commissariat and stuff. Let's try to move forward a little bit. Let's try to get to day 2, shall we? Let's maybe do an event or something, and then we'll look at more. Because I don't want to look at stuff all day. We're now at hour 15. Here we go. Future Perfect. First event, people. An hour and 14 minutes into the stream. We are the hold on. Let me kind of get in close here. Hold on. Oh, jeez, I'm trying to pick up my mic and I caught my mouse. Here we go. Let's set the mood. Let's set the mood. Cut this music! Hold on. Let's set the mood. We'll play one of my favorite no copyright strike mixes. Here we go. Rise of the Machines. Whoops. Alright, here we go. This is the overture to the whole campaign. We were the generation that time forgot. Born in the ashes of our fathers, to their commands we marched. We were young and without choice, led forward by deathless warriors, taking the field to settle their accounts. Shot with the starting gun, a blinding light. The sky collapsed beneath the weight of our sins. Our heroes unmasked as tricks of the light. So go tell our Spartans, aslumber in their steely graves, that we, obedient to their laws, here lie. That probably would have been a lot cooler without my fumbling with the mic. Alright. Not even the gods fight against necessity. Let's see, can't believe that CHG has a terrible credit rating instead of non-existence. Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's keep the cyberpunk music on for now. We're all sick of Hearts of Iron 4's vanilla soundtrack. It's fine and all, but you know, when you play this game enough. Yapnor here. Okay. Okay, so we're unpaused. We've made it to January 5th. We're missing equipment production. We don't have anti-tank equipment. Probably should have made that in the top 3 of the priorities, but here we are. You know what? Let's do save file. We're 5 days in. We've got to get that save file going. Omsk finally begins. All right, y'all let me know if the music's too loud at any point. Yeah, and we have an econ, one of the econ devs in the chat. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move my face cam back to the corner. I really should probably take my mask off at some point. Making the military factories turn into workshops can make your production line more flexible. How do I do that? What's the new workshop thing? Is it this? Up-to-date models, fulfilled resources, refitting. No one cared who I was, so I put on the mask. Yeah. Let's see here. I wish we had this music every stream, Mr. CHG. Well, you know, it has to fit the situation. Actually, let's go to the very start of this album. So this is an album called Oblivion by White Bat Audio. Actually, let me credit him or her real quick in the description. Here we go, at White Bat Audio. Oblivion. I just want to make sure this person gets the credit. Like, I didn't make this music. There we go. Save that. So I have a link now to it in the description if anybody ever wants to listen to this on their own time. Okay, standoff in Hawaii, and Japan withdraws the ballistics, whatever. Let's move on. The menu where you assign production units, open it, and there's a box to the right to make them into workshops. Read the tooltip for info. Oh, here we go. This thing, military workshops. Is it this? I'm trying to click this. It's not showing me. Trying to find where it defines that. The Japanese and Americans won't be. Ergenblow Planet will be doing that. Yeah. By the way, place your bets. Place your bets, everybody, for who will be president. Is that a new Nixon portrait? Or am I crazy? Great, the tooltip is broken. Hey, go, everybody. It's, you know, it's not for official release yet. We're gonna be kind. All right. All right. Workshops are half quality at double the number, so you can make more things with low numbers of factories. Oh, interesting. So yeah, now I have 6 of them. Nice. Okay. So that's good, so that way we can actually just start building a little bit of everything we're gonna need, even if it's not a bunch at once. Thank you very much. New Nixon portrait. Jenny's an awesome artist. Yeah, it looks nice. Because it's younger Nixon. Before he's going full... Okay. Now then, we have some decisions available to us here. We could buy support equipment. Might not be the worst idea. We have different warlord developments, so like we could do things that'll add grid power. So they looks like they expanded this a bit. We might save up and get secure control. I think the sooner we get our stability up, the better. I think we're gonna be struggling with that a lot. Bennett has ruined America for far too many streams. Yeah, frickin' Bennett's been winning so much lately. We'll see if this new update will solve that. Look how much you produce. Oh, it ain't much. It really isn't. We're making 1/5 of an anti-tank equipment a day right now. He looks like a guy I would have a beer with. Since I'm Norman, I wouldn't drink a beer with him. So in this universe, people really would, you know, be going, you know, the man's never had a duff in his life. Also, place your bets. Place your bets. Yagoda or Sablin, wholesome Chungus Redditor, who's gonna win? Who's gonna unite the various Russias? So many questions to answer. Who's gonna win the German Civil War? Who's gonna win between France and Burgundy? You know, not all gambling games are created equal. What's gonna happen in South Africa? Sablin the cat boy? What does he have his wait, no, where is he? Or his ears under his cat ears? Yeah, they're talking about, like, obviously I'm gonna unite Russia, but who's gonna win the various regions? Who you got? Who you got? Who you got? Better to be wholesome than wanting some whole, am I right? You've seen the Mongolian People's Front win. Is this color different? Oh, isn't that a dapper looking gentleman? No, he's not a gentleman. He's part of the People's Front. Civilian dictatorship, huh? But what was that? What was that focus? Oh, the Easter conflict. That art, I hadn't seen it before. Literally running the game along with the stream to fix bugs I notice. I'm happy to help, Sweet Providence. That's a good one, Fireheads. I love Futurama. Futurama might be my favorite Western animation. Modern Bogiatar, we all know that. We don't need to read it. No template. Oh, the motorized, yeah, main battle tank and whatnot. We don't even have any tank divisions right now. This was the space thing you ever saw in this game. Am I under oath when I take the oath? Yeah. What was the one when he was running for office in Futurama where it's like, what would you do if you saw a small child with candy and nobody was watching? Or no, it's like, or would you take it from the child? And then, you know, the other political candidates are going like, I wouldn't think of it. And then Nixon's going, the question is wait, let's get to the Nixon picture. It's like, so Nixon, would you steal candy from a child? The question is vague. Doesn't say what kind of candy. Whether anyone is watching. Mr. Nixon, remember that the truth detector is above your head. Yes. Well, in any case, I certainly wouldn't hurt the child. Beep 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 beep. Yeah. Okay, so we go ahead and scavenge for loot. Value will be added immediately to the national debt when we scavenge for loot, so that's a great example of how the economy is now more complicated. Thank you, YouTube, for protecting the stream by censoring message saying Africans should beat the Nazis. Thank you for thinking about the children. Yeah. I think we'll go ahead and, oh geez, that was 16 million loot we're scavenging in loot. Look at the U.S. economic system. Let's check it out. Economy, Coca-Cola, American capitalism, the blueprint from which other free capitalist nations model themselves on. Still based, oh, it's a based economy. It is still based around free trade with minimal government intervention in the economy. However, there are several aspects that make the system different from other forms of capitalism. For instance, the American economy is backed by the United States dollar, a strong currency highly valued for its stability, therefore used as the world's primary reserve currency. This helped America to recover after the Second World War from the Great Depression, building the foundations of a strong economy backed by the military-industrial complex. And there's also something else here. It's part of the American sphere. Well, yeah, I should think so. So I was, many years ago, I was reading the... wait a minute. Many years ago, I was reading the, basically the autobiography of Ty Cobb, and there's a part where he was talking about how he was meeting with a friend. This is, you know, in like the 20s or like the 10s, the 1910s and the 1920s, and the friend was wanting him to invest in a company. And he's going, I don't know, man. I think I should invest my money somewhere else. I need to think about my retirement, you know? And the other guy's going, please, please, please do this investment. I'm begging you. And then they were going to, like, go have dinner, but they're in, or, like, lunch or something, but they end up getting trapped in a storm, so they have to stay inside the hotel. And the whole day, Ty Cobb's friend is trying to get him to invest in this company. And then in the end, he says, tell you what, Ty Cobb, I will put up the money myself, and you just pay me back the initial investment, and then you can keep the profit, you know, when you get it, to buy the stocks off me. I'm just begging you, you have to go in on this opportunity. And so then he ends the story with going, and that Coca-Cola's been really good to me. Because this was before Prohibition hit, and then, you know, Prohibition hits, and then soda sales go through the roof. So... preparing for the end. It is one thing, thought the old general, to dread the failure of your greatest aspiration, but it's another thing to look at the twisted remnants of your dreams in the eyes every day. Dmitry Mikhailovich Karbyshev, Glavkorev of the Black League, had clung to life on this earth for 82 years now, and he had certainly seen worse. Excuse me. He had lost friends to frostbite, wolves, and concentration camp guards on the 3,000-kilometer overland trek back from Nazi captivity in Mauthausen that had made him a living legend among Russians. He was a man who could bear torture, both physical and emotional, but he could feel what was coming. It was plain for him to see. He saw it in the eyes of every fresh-faced youth cadre recruit, and every projection of the next 5 years' industrial production. There was a simple fact shining like the sun in every geopolitical analysis of the coming trial. He said it. He said it. And Karbachev's squash was coming to an end. The thought of death and final rest from all his earthly toil did not faze him. But when he looked at the nightmare around him, he felt a panicky, hot-headed sense of urgency. His beloved league had grown corrupt and cruel, corrupted by officer cliques, and cronyism, while innocents labored away in the redemptionary brigades. As painful as it would be, he had to try one last time. He had to address his sin, his unfinished work on this cursed planet, before the long night claimed him. So I guess this was him when he was young. There it is. Once more, unto the breach, dear friends. Once more. Let's check Australia. Is there Hachimachima? No, it's Harold Holt. No draft. Only Japanese friends. So they are liberal democracy under the LPA. Error, because they have no faction, no focus tree. Alright, see you later, Cretium. Hitler is named Göring, his successor. New Providence says, every time I wake up in the morning, I'm expecting a ping. Oi, balance the Philippines. Oi, they keep dying. I just had this funny thought of people like pinging, like in the dev group, somebody just pinging, oi, my girlfriend ran out on me. Are you gonna patch this or what? It's like, oi, patch my paycheck. It's just go say that to my boss tomorrow. Hey, I was looking at my paycheck. It's a little too nerfed. Can you patch this? It just gamers speak, and they just look at me like I'm a maniac. An ultimatum? You what, mate? From Koshetau? You having yourself a giggle? We hear you joke, but we hear jokes like that literally every day. Oh, I didn't even know her. I thought I was being original. Damn it. We have received an ultimatum and blah, 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 blah. Let's get our men over here to the border. And they ain't gonna be able to do shit to me. I'm sure. You will not back down so easily. Alright, you fucking what? You having a gaff, lad? TNO dev brain rot. Yeah, it's just play like the TNO devs. They wake up every morning, and you know they have breakfast, they shower, they brush their teeth, they're having a fine day, and then they get on their PC, and they see that first ping of the day, and the Burgundian theme just starts playing in their head without any headphones on. Alright. We will not back down so easily. They don't even want none. They don't want none. History with Rover. Interesting name. Patch my depression. Yeah. First ping, I wake up to 9 most days. Well, you know, oh yeah, that's right. I forget that they happen while you sleep also. Yeah. Here, I'll make you feel better. Poetry break for the this one goes out to the TNO devs from Ovid. Wait a second. Let me hold on a sec. All right, this one. Here we go. This one goes out to all the hard-working devs out there. Her soft white bosom was ringed in a layer of bark. Her hair was turned into foliage. Her arms into branches. Oh, damn it. This fucking mic! Oh, dear. It's just falling all over the doggone place. Oh. Dang it. Play the Cyberpunk! Yeah, the stream is dedicated to the brave Black League freedom fighters. Look at the GDP in the state menu. Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Got recruitable population, available state GDP. So we maxed it out here. We have a growth of slightly negative, actually. Wow. So every single place here has like a GDP. So Omsk, we've got GDP per capita of $249. And then what's Germania's GDP? Yeah, like if we go over here for scale, they've got a GDP per capita of 3,807. Jazz beats to kill Teutons and commence the Great Trial 2. This dev is sponsored by the TNK developers. I don't know what TNK is. Hope I didn't say something inappropriate. You know, this is also now turning into a poetry stream now. We're gonna periodically, periodically read some poetry to the devs. The enemy is defeated. You're doggone right they are. So we can now also prepare our own little raid. I guess we should go against an enemy of ours, but the thing is that Tumen's got the river, which is a problem. Well, actually, we only have one option anyway. It's got to be Novosibirsk and Altai. So let's prepare for that. Yeah, but thank you very, very much, Hugh Todd, for the super chat. Remember, the super chats are what fund the live streams. Just thanks for showing us a TT before the release. Hope you're having a good day. I am. It's a good day. Did some good work. Wasn't so freaking crazy at work. By the way, since I have so many of you here, for those of you who don't know, I am a mailman, so this is the busiest time of year for me, but also I'm going to be taking some time once because I'm going to be leaving that job in January, and I'm going to play some Death Stranding to kind of commemorate the occasion. By the way, we're already up to a negative 31 stability, so we're moving in a good direction. We're going to play some Death Stranding, and I'm going to call it Death Stranding Memoirs of a Mailman, and I'll talk all about my job, so you can hear all about what it was like during the holiday season, which this will be the second one I've lived through, you know, during the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. Trust in Yazov. We'll come back to that later. Against the old guard, envisioned a disciplined army ready to stand for Russia. The officers in the League have lost their way. Bickering and disunity have become a way of life for the League, even to the point where some question the general's authority. This will end immediately. If Russia cannot trust its eldest sons, who can it trust? You're an archaeological technician in the Forest Service? Nice. I used to do a little bit of work for the National Park back in the day, the local Chamisal National Memorial. Yeah, basically it's a negotiated piece of land that, yeah, it was because there was a shift in the Rio Grande River line, so Mexico and the United States had to, like, work out something for it. The holidays is every man's dream of nightmare. Oh, yeah. Wow. Who had Sablin? Because it's looking good for him. Second festive season as a mailman specifically. So, State of the Redemptionary Brigades. Don't salute me, you're not legally part of the League. I'm not here to punish you, I want to give you a chance of redemption. Last time we were offered redemption by you, 15 men died in a cave-in. Real redemption, not the same lie you've been getting from the other officers. Actual freedom. Whatever you did to get here, it'll be wiped away. What on earth could you need us for? Portuguese is a dialect of Galician. You know, seeing that, we'll be reading a Portuguese poem next for the devs later on. Okay, yeah, I found a good one. Yeah. Yeah, by Amon. Still have nightmares for our warehouse work. Oh, yeah. Can only imagine. Let's get funding agriculture. What are we thinking here? Agriculture? What kind do I have right now? Hey, where is it? Where do I look at the thing? Where's the agriculture stuff? Here we go. Society development. There it is. There we have basic mechanization. 5% consumer goods could be good. Also that recruitable population factor. Yeah, we'll do agriculture first. Get that clock going. Ticker going. See, you once got your head caved in from a box of dragon dildos falling from 2 or 3 stories. You know, it's kind of funny how, like, it's my understanding that when it comes to sexual items, it's mostly, you know, they usually use discreet packaging, but sometimes, like, they want to be loud and proud about it. Like this, like, it's just lingerie, it ain't dildos, but, like, Rihanna puts her name all over the lingerie she ships out. Let's see here. Aviators over the Black League. So this is these ones, the free aviators. The cadre scattered quickly. They all hated the Germans, but the bombs stopped. The aviators had arrived. The aviators were strictly unreliable elements, but even when delivered by dedicated officers, the enthusiasm with lessons against the failures to the north or the great enemy of the west were delivered was not present. None truly held the aviators in their heart of hearts as an enemy. How could they when they fought and killed Germans on a near daily basis? I like that really enforces what the Black League is, because it's not even, it's like, no, we kind of like the free aviators, not because they help us, but it's like, they killed Germans, how bad could they be, huh? So, several minutes later, there was a damaged German bomber. The aviators might have shot the bomber down, but the task wasn't finished. If any German had survived, they would soon wish they hadn't. Unlike all the others, they have not abandoned Russia. That's cool. Alright, so we can focus on some research here. Okay, we're not going to do this. The Soviet power grids, though, I like the idea of this. It's going to give us at least 2. But yeah, it's going to be a while making this infrastructure. Yeah, we're going to throw down. Let's reconnect the power grids, because it's going to be a while before we expand again, I think. Don't forget to start the raid. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's just so much to juggle in this. It's a new country for me. Obviously, it's the new Toolbox theory, and I'm also trying to entertain you all. They refuse tribute. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, then let's win this, and to celebrate, we'll give another thank you to the developers after this. Werbel loves his breasts. Like, don't we all? From breasts we began, from breasts we shall return. Hey, Gluzman. I did see that Starship Troopers Roughnecks video. Very interesting. I had never heard of that series before. Come on! Come on! Man, sometimes I really wish I could force it to, during it. Come on! We're losing 14 days. Oh, when we win, this increases our liquid reserve by 200% of our monthly income as well. Very nice. Come on, get there! Get there! There's only 2 of them. Let's go! We've got them 2-1, but they got better defense. Shit. Oh, we're so screwed if we lose. We're so fucking screwed if we lose. 16 days. Yeah, it's just dragging out now. There's like, they got a motorized division in there. Their organization's not going down. Yep, now the 3rd division just showed up. I think we're definitely going to lose now. Fuck me. You know what? I'm going to go back to the autosave. I think I could win that if I just set this up a little better. Yeah, they have trucks. Yeah. Damn, that sucks, part West African. I'm sorry to hear that. Boyarodnidov is gonna get promoted if he loses here. Dang it, I lost the poem that I had bookmarked. Shit. Okay. Shit. We wouldn't be the Black League if we didn't try the same offense 14 times. Yep. There you have it. Wait, where's the raid option? Oh, dang it. We had a 100 Hampter. What? Aviators over the Black League. Okay. Am I short on some particular equipment? Yeah, where's all my fucking guns? Can't purchase this equipment. They don't have the stuff I need. Damn it all. Alright, let's reconnect those grids in the meantime. We had 100 Hampter. What? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, the more the better. Mm-hmm. They are talking of to me. Alright, we don't need the caps lock on all the time. I know caps lock is cruise control for cool, but we can pull back for a minute. What's going on with this raid? Where's the option? Oh, I guess we don't have the command power anyway, so it's sort of irrelevant. So, the Buryata Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic has conquered the Presidium. The wholesome Chungus, Reddit, I don't know all the buzzwords. Yeah, thing is. But yeah, he's done it. The Old Guard, Birth of the Black League, there's no rest for the weary. Money don't grow on trees. Lessons of the first trial. It ended as the Teutons burned our homes, tore through our defense, slaughtered our soldiers, and bombed our cities to rubble. Old tactics are perhaps no longer applicable. It is time for a new way. If we were to defeat the enemy, we must use his own strategy against him. DEFCON's at 3. DEFCON 3. I spilt milk on my keyboard. I can't turn this off. This is basically a claptrap in Borderlands 2. I know I sound happy, but I'm actually really depressed. Yeah, Sabla Cat Boy, right. The Cat Boy has won. From his capital at Verkhovensk. What's Moscow's GDP? 536 per capita. How's murdering all of the Germans going to impact our economy? Well, it depends on how much money we frisk off the corpses. That's gonna really be the determiner there. Oh, pop him back there. Oh. Okay, we're not getting the raid option. I guess it sort of works out. We're going to be able to do it anyway. We don't have any infantry equipment. How are we supposed to fight a war? We're in the negative 20s, making 1.5 guns per day. Hey, you know, little by little, a little becomes a lot. Yeah, how's thermonuclear war going to affect rent prices in my city? Money's weak, bullets are strong. Yeah. So, we're just kind of killing time here now. So, oh wait, no, there it is, the downed eagle. He had flown missions over Omsk dozens of times. It's a feat of it in itself. He gets knocked down. Let's see. He scrambled to his feet. Okay, yeah. So this is it. We found the plane, the downed German plane, and this is the German pilot going, "Wait, wait!" Three of the silhouettes rushed towards him. Their bayonets gleamed with murderous intent. He pulled himself backwards with his arms, palming fistfuls of dirt and throwing it at them. "Wait! Stop! Stop! Please!" One of the silhouettes, a man in a black uniform, brought his boot down on Martin's face. He heard a crunch and nothing more. Death is occasionally a mercy. So we just got political power, war, support, and stability for killing those two Germans. Well, finishing them off, the pilots shot him down. So, on that happy note, little intermission. This one goes out. This goes out to the TNO developers. A sonnet from the Portuguese.
First time he kissed me, he but only kissed the fingers of his hand wherewith I write, and ever since it grew more clean and white. Slow to world greetings, quick with its "oh list" when the angels speak, a ring of amethyst I would not wear here, plainer to my sight than that first kiss. The second passed in height, the first and sought, the second passed in height the first and sought the forehead and half missed, half falling on the hair. Oh, beyond meed, that was the chrism of love, which love's own crown with sanctifying sweetness did precede. The third upon my lips was folded down in perfect purple state, since when indeed I have been proud and said, my love, my own.
All right, back to the Cyberpunk. That one goes out to the devs. My keyboard has two caps lock buttons. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, Kernma's leaving now. Just see, you always gotta cleanse the chat sometimes, purge it of the non-believers. Who was the author of that poem? I don't know. It's from a book I once found called Sonnets of the Portuguese. Or Sonnets from the Portuguese. It's by it's a Peter Popper press book. Yeah, I got it for like 50 cents somewhere. It was not wholesome, horny poetry. It was wholesome poetry. Did you guys not understand the subtleties, the context? Frickin', she was talking about how she prized that kiss on her finger so much she wouldn't put an amethyst ring over it, bro. Bro, were you even dissecting the poem, bro? Let's see here. The Steel Heart of Omsk. We're just gonna go left to right the whole way here. Trust in Yazov. Dmitry Timofeyevich Yazov, long General Karbashev's favorite student, has of late been the only man in the Black League the General finds trustworthy. He will be given heightened responsibilities across the League as a whole, including supervision over the redemptionary brigades. Alright. Alright. If I wanted horny poetry, but then again it wasn't really poetry, I was gonna say I'd read like James Joyce's letters to his wife. That'll get me demonetized real quick. That's gonna be where YouTube suddenly disconnects me mysteriously. Purge the TNO fanboys and we will make men of the rest. Where's the full-bore Caesar, conqueror of the Mojave? He's sleeping in the chair behind me. I've seen Reddit, Zenebrave says, I've seen Reddit posts from Hearts of Iron 4 players. They're just as degenerate as anime memes and poems, even if they deny it. Yep. So we're kind of just waiting right now while we go through some of these events. Do I want to do some external investments? We are about to increase the grid size, but I don't know how much though. Let's just wait 4 days and then we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm definitely never taking this one. Map of the new TNO. This is it. This is the map. Let's see, I remember some other Hearts of Iron 4 YouTuber read a 18th century Cossack letter to the ultimate Sultan. That was me! I did that! Yeah, the Zatoslavs writing to the Sultan, the famous, it's a Rebin painting. Yeah, I've read that. Debt's going up. Oi, it's because of the interest rates. Let's see. Somebody's saying I should check out the Japanese economy. What's this? Dirigism. Direct. Ill-informed might mistake its embrace of the capitalist market for tolerance of laissez-faire. Anything but for the reins of commercial and productive power lie firmly in the hands of the state. However, despite heavy state involvement, private sectors remain just as crucial, if not doubly so. National champions are to be prioritized above the rest. All will align themselves towards the greater good, and all shall not be exempt from it. Tomsk is small. Yep, tiny Tomsk. A tiny Tomsk that glistens just like the stars in space. I'm in a singing mood today. Okay, so how much grid power do I have now? 9. Very good. Very, very good. So now, shouldn't my production unit thing be changed? Grid power. Why do I only have 3 now? Production units 3. 1, 1, 1. Wait, what the fuck is going on? Where'd all my production units go? I'm losing some to trade. When did I trade for anything? What? Hold on, where? What am I trading for? Importing. I'm importing like steel and tungsten and stuff. Oh, it's because I have the auto balance on. That's why. Okay. Huh. Right? The trade is done automatically. So if I get rid of auto balance, will it stop? Why trade when you can raid? Yeah. Everything is dangism. You can take it over manually. Yeah, I think we kind of have to, at least for now. Wait, how do I... Decisions, Cold War. Hold on, where do I now go to trade for the stuff? Yeah, how do I... Oh, do I go here? Click this? Alright, nice. Okay. Right. There's your fucking problem. Gotta go through these individually. Oh, this is too much. You know what? Just fuck it. Auto balance, just because I don't want to micro this. We'll keep it auto balancing. That just means I gotta work harder. Because I don't want to micro. The lazy work twice, as they say. Okay. I can look at major power nuke numbers. Where's that? Do I have to go over to them or something? You ever want to see how many nukes the US had? Where would that be? Who knows? Who makes the world? Damn, we're coming up on 2 hours on this stream, guys. Oh, it's in the Cold War GUI. So military economy. Nuke stockpile of the United States is 189. Germany's got 210, and the Japanese have 121 nukes. How interesting. Where's the Italian nukes, losers? Slightly increased pollution regulation. Oh, okay. That might not be bad. Don't want this one. That is score. There's a nuke tab up. Oh. Oh, right here. Oh, that's a lot more nukes then. Yeah, Germany has over 20,000 nukes. The United States has over 12,000 nukes. And Japan's got 8.1k. Woo! Okay. Finally, Toolbox Theory came. People were saying we're never come. Yeah, by the way, now that I have so many of you here, this is why I wasn't going to be able to finish the Novosibirsk campaign, you know, going into like 1980 or wherever the hell late it was, that you guys were all bitching and moaning, and I kept telling you I have to end it because I'm going to do something really important on the 17th that you guys are going to like, and here it is! You know? So this is why. This is why. Wait till Omsk starts the ball rolling? Yeah, I hope so. We do need to get that ball rolling. And, you know, we still beat Germany and everything. We were done. We were done. What will happen with India and Pakistan? Wait a minute! What is this? What is this? What is the Khanate of Kalat, satellite of the Kingdom of Afghanistan, and the frontier provinces, which is the military government of Afghanistan, who is under Muhammad Zahir Shah? Alright. Wow. Oh! Base Tyler understanding such submon content will not be played by CHG again if we bitch about it. Talking to yourself about yourself in the third person? I understand. Alright, cool. We got another production unit, except we don't. We have free production units which can be allocated, except they're not. Oh, there we go. I had to like click it. Cool. We're already sort of recuperating all this. Nice. Central Asia got a big facelift. So who are we rooting for down here? Like nobody, huh? Because there's no like national, ultra-nationalist one down here, right? In the south, I'm sure this is a border conflict. Okay, cool. So we have another couple factories available to us. Let's start filling up on the infantry equipment. Still don't have enough. The protege. Oh, it's Yazov without a hat. That's so weird. Let's see here. Once you have enough production units and grid power, turning off the workshops could do you good, since workshops are only half as effective. Thank you very much, Sweet Providence. Okay, let me read this and then I'll check out that stuff in South America accent, man. It was early morning in Omsk. Yazov, preceded by, so this is our future leader, sat down by the training grounds of the League. Out there in the blur of the distance, the shouts of men and gunfire around in the air. Today, too, was a day of preparation for the great trial. Near him was an empty chair. Comrade Karbyshev was not here today. Yazov shook his head, brushing his face with a gloved hand. Thoughts of betrayal assailed the protege's mind, only for a slight tremor in the air to banish them. Your coffee, sir, the steward said. Yazov gave him a faint smile. Banish those forms of address, comrade. We're all equal to our duty, he said. But yes, for now, I will take coffee. Didn't know he was an old man. Anyway, the steward gave a little bow, perhaps unused to the notion of equality among the ranks of the League, and laid down his cup in front of him. In the chilly morning air, wisps of steam trailed the jet-black liquid. Yazov took it and held it in front of him, staring down at the cold, hard-set eyes reflected in those dark depths, letting the scent immerse him in the memories of things long gone. This is so Tolstoy. Who wrote this one? Who wrote, like, some of these? Maybe it's because I've been reading a lot of War and Peace, but this is straight out of Russian literature, which is great. He took the rim to his lips and drank. They flooded him in an instant, the rich aroma guiding him through the whirling pool of his mind. He remembered his first taste of coffee from before the fall. Then he came upon a scene of comrades breaking bread in the freezing weather of the winter battlefield, hearing the firewood crackle. He let an unseen tear gather in his eyes. They were all dead now. Yazov put his cup down, gritting his teeth. He held it for a few moments, pondering whether to finish his drink. Against common sense, he did. He found the fragrance guiding him away from the turmoil of the Great Patriotic War. Yazov drifted where it led him. Dearest Omsk, dearest homeland. He had sat in the cramped and huddled camps of refugees fleeing the West. The blood the Germans spilled, staining even half the world away. He remembered the harsh and bitter coffee of that place and the dank and sour smell that surrounded him. At that precipice, the coffee ceased to be. Yazov stared at the bottom of the cup and smirked. Now was not the time to mourn, but the time for revenge. The great trial above all. Let's see here. I root for the scummiest factions, so we don't feel bad for crushing them. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, Caesar, did I wake you? Move the chair. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a. Let me, because I'm like annotating the hell out of my War and Peace copy that I've been reading. Let me see if I can find something that like just reminds me of that sort of imagery that you see. Okay. Anyway. Oh, here we go. So like I just turned to a page, like just one of my let's see, Sweet Provinces props for you for reading the events. That's what TNO's for. You know, sometimes I skim them, but like here, I'm gonna read here real quick, just really quick, a paragraph from War and Peace. This is just like, I'm not even gonna give context. I'm just gonna read it, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. How like these events, they remind me of Tolstoy so much, the way they're written. So it says here, when starting on this is on page 111 of the Oxford World Classics copy, if anybody wants to follow along. Anyway. When starting on a journey or changing their mode of life, men capable of reflection are generally in a serious frame of mind. At such moments, one reviews the past and plans for the future. Prince Andrei's face looked very thoughtful and tender. With his hands behind him, he paced briskly from corner to corner of the room, looking straight before him and thoughtfully shaking his head. Did he fear going to the war, or was he sad at leaving his wife? Perhaps both, but evidently he did not wish to be seen in that mood. For hearing footsteps in the passage, he hurriedly unclasped his hands, stopped at a table as if tying the cover of the small box, assumed his usual tranquil and impenetrable expression. It was the heavy tread of Princess Marya that he heard. And then she comes into the room. But like, that's a paragraph that was written like 150 years ago. And yeah, that was straight. Does anybody see? Is that just me? I don't know. Let's move on. Reading War and Peace instead of playing a game. Things you get on Conquering History games streams. So do we want to do industrial investments? Maybe. Train our troops. 18% chance military and professionalism will go up. A lot of this stuff is good, actually. We're going to do the industrial investment. We're going to do that. Okay. Super Gamer Grill says, I came to a stream to say one thing. Why is your deficit not bigger? Like, you still have more liquid capital than deficit. What's going on? Under the microscope. Ever get the feeling you're being watched? His mentor asked Yazov. Not in that sense. What I mean is the sense your actions are consequential in some respect, that we are being examined by those in the future. A sense of destiny, you mean? I would certainly hope so. We are Russia's destiny. No, quite the opposite. Oh, this is the old man, so old man voice. Have you ever felt the sense that you're nothing more than an insect being stared at through a magnifying glass? That people in the future, on the other side of the looking glass of time, are looking back on your choices, the fateful point where everything went wrong. The other night, Dmitri, I had a dream. A dream of some time long beyond ours, where the people of the far future look down on a ruined and desolate Russia, judged us, the League, as being the ones who led it into ruin. I'm not a superstitious man. I'm not scared because I thought the dream was fated to happen. He paused. I'm scared because it was believable. Right. What I'm saying is, do you ever wonder if we're wrong? Anyway, yeah, South American leaders. So, let's check out who we got down here. In Peru, we got Manuel Bragado Ugarte, who's running a conservative democracy, free market capitalism, American sphere. Bolivia is run by Armando Alba Zambrana, who is following the economic policy of Deriguisme and has liberal democracy. Paraguay is got corporatism of within fascism under the Guion Rojo. Corporatists. Argentina as national liberalism, which could be an interesting. Is that like peronismo? Insert opening line from Red versus Blue. Yeah. Let's see. Super Gamer Girl says, I find it funny every time I was on one of your TNO screens, I screamed about the debt. Now I'm screaming of higher deficits. Make modern American deficit look like a surplus. You guys, does anybody here remember when I did the George Wallace campaign and I started to eliminate the debt? There were a lot of people who were very mad about it. It's like, we had all this surplus money, let's spend it. We're from the future, we're not just Russians, and their suffering and angst is our entertainment. Yeah. We're all the people who were in the dream. Like, I had a vision. You know, start doing the Rome Total War thing, the Carthage intro, you know. Last night, I had a dream. The children were crying. Why would Baal send such a vision? He is not cruel. Does anybody know what I'm talking about, or just sound like a schizo right now? This war is still going on right here. Nixon's doing the good path. Is he? Let's go take a look. What does that mean? What does that mean, huh? Oh, something's happening. Something's happening! Okay, yeah, we kind of froze up there for a second. The Kennedy plan. Oh, this is different. I think. Wait. Or sort of. Oh, the Civil Rights Act is going to happen. Which means we can get Wallace. Oh, but that also means we can get Bennett. It says you sound like a schizo, yeah. I actually had a dream the other day, so I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I had a dream that Dak Prescott, our quarterback, had this like horrific injury and was just going to be out for a couple of years. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. That guy, he goes so hard, even when he's up by a ton against the Falcons. Monthly economy calculations. Yeah, that's what I figured, because like if everybody in the world has to do the reset calculations, that's fine. Based Nixon. Now that's a phrase you don't hear enough. But remember, I think that if you get a Civil Rights Act, you can also end up with Bennett. Sneeze sound is loud, so loud the mic cut out. Yeah. I really think I'm sneezing, like I've been sneezing more because I'm just getting crap in my nose from work. Okay. What do we got here? We could do... Let's do the advanced computing machines. Discipline in the ranks! Some cadres had refused to drill twice a day. Others drilled twice, but only for half as long as they would have each time. Meal times were being shortened. It was being ignored. No one was being punished for their disobedience. I was remembering that the other day, back when I was a basic. Like, we wouldn't get meals. My battery was always in the... My platoon and my battery was always at the end of the line. How can order be maintained without discipline? Increases draft exemptions, we're losing stability. But we're at negative 17%. Remember, we started at negative 40% stability, so it's going good. You're neutral about Nixon. You know, I remember back in 2016, as many of you know, I have friends in real life who are across the political spectrum. And one of them, at one point during 2016, he says, you know, I keep hearing in the news that like, Lincoln is looking down on the Republican Party and going, what's become of my party? And then he tells me, I think at this point Nixon's looking down and going, what's become of my party? You know? I'm not going to say whether I agreed or disagreed with it, but I did think it was funny that he said that. Wait, what's this? Egyptians. Is this supposed to be some Coptic Christian shit? Anyway. Refugees flock to Omsk. This keeps happening. Fyodor, yeah, I want to read this because like it keeps talking about like more and more refugees coming in. It's like, isn't Omsk this scary place? But I guess it's just mysterious, so they don't really know. Fyodor had heard stories about Omsk. Granted, they weren't good ones by any rational standard. In Omsk, it was said that people lived in fear not of bandits but of policemen. That the children of soldiers lived in elaborate air raid shelters beneath the ground and dined on army rations and canned meat packaged when Bukharin still ruled Russia. For a free man, or even one fortunate enough to be born and raised in one of the few countries on the globe that could count itself at least being somewhat free and stable, such a proposition would seem hellish. For a man who had seen his childhood home torched by 2 different German armies, his friends and neighbors bayoneted by bandits, and who held on to his 2 grandchildren as his last worldly possession of any import, such a deal did not seem so bad. It was true, he reasoned, that tyranny was odious. But in his painful life, which had seen the rise and fall of no less than 3 different Russias, he had known tyranny's cold hand in many forms. He had learned to accept it and live alongside it, regarding it as simply a shadow in the corner. A thing to be acknowledged and worked around, and little else. And so as Fyodor's refugee caravan approached the checkpoint at the purported border of Omsk's Black League, wind whipping at the ragged coat he had stretched over himself and his grandchildren, he felt only security and a sense of relief when black uniformed men with guns approached them. His journey across his broken home had taken him through countless governments in their hollow provinces. Time and time again, their lies had nearly taken away from him all that he cared for. But here was a government which promised only one thing: survival. And that was good enough for him.
Papers, please.
No, I'm kidding. Welcome to Omsk, fellow countrymen. You know what? I remember I once read this poem. It was by I think she was like a Somalian refugee. And she was just the point of the poem. She was just saying how, like, you don't become a refugee from a country unless like your country is gone and your country is gonna kill you. Like the place you grew up in doesn't exist anymore. So it's like, you know, I'll take getting beaten up by the natives of whatever country I flee to. It's better than being killed by my neighbors. And there's this, you know, as he says in the middle of a Black League campaign, it's gonna get serious and real here for a second, but there's a part where she says, like, you know, being in a refugee camp and being arrested and stuff like that, but she says, like, you know, being fucked by one prison guard in the night is better than like a train of men that look like your father. So yeah, I feel like that was conveyed well in this event that just passed. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? This is goddamn conquering history games. We're here to commit genocide, not get serious. Anyway, so Brazil has won the World Cup. Obviously an inferior picture because it doesn't have the cute anime girl. And the Brazil stuff. Anyway, congrats to the champions. Anyway, yeah, I got Toolbox Theory early. Let's see here. Oh man, the research. I never end up doing the research. Investing in infrastructure, no. Not for 50. It's too much. Don't want to do this. Don't want to do war planning. I guess we're just waiting for the stability stuff. Still in 1962. Dang. Yeah, we're accelerating. We're starting to pick up. Okay, Guido is in Argentina. Little known lawyer. Here, let's do something. Let's pick up the mood. I'm sorry that I brought the mood down. Let me what's something fun? What's something fun we could do? Geez, I'm like looking around, seeing if there's a book I could grab or something. Freaking it was only a matter of time. Oh, I know. Since we're on a poetry kick today, let me go to the other room real quick. All right. So, as a lot of you know, my regulars here know, I've been working my way through the Divine Comedy. I do 1 canto a day, and freaking the Dante is just so freaking bitter. It's kind of amazing how like he'll berate the sinners and stuff like that. And there was something I read. Which canto was it in? Group to the men and giving his face a shed. I looked on his face. Soul for the suit of mercy. He'll not wake again. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find something funny, you know, just to get off what I did. This is lost ambition, fleeting vanity, which measure the mockery. Okay. This circle. God, I can't find it. I can't fucking find it. Shit. Was it Canto 7? There's the rebellious angels. Only divine aid can bring hope. After Felipe Argentini. Okay, here we go. So, okay, so this is in Canto 8. And they find they're in the Wrathful, they're in the River Styx, and there's this guy Filippo Argentini, and he's like literally covered in shit, just shit and waste is all over him. And then he's like, "I want you to be hurt more. Fuck you." Yeah, read the fanfic. Read. That's what the Divine Comedy is, and so. So Dante sees this guy, and he's like crying, and he's like, "I'm the one who weeps." And then Dante tells him, "May you weep and wail to all eternity, for I know you, hell dog, filthy as you are." Then he stretched both hands to the boat, but warily the master, that's Virgil, shoved him back, crying, "Down, down with the other dogs!" And then he braced me, saying, "Indignant spirit, I kiss you as you frown. Blessed be she that bore you. In time, in world and time, this one was haughtier yet. Not one unbending grace is his memory. Here is his shadow in slime." So Virgil is like, "You're damn right, you know, for cussing that guy out. Fuck him, and I kiss you because you hate him." Yeah, and so then they're leaving, and they're on the River Styx, which is basically a river of shit. And then it says, "Afterwards I saw the loathsome spirit, so mangled by a swarm of muddy wraiths that to this day I praise and thank God for it. After Filippo Argentini," all cried together. The mad dog Florentine wheeled at their cry and bit himself for rage. "I saw them gather, and there we left him, and I say no more. But such a wailing beat upon my ears." So yeah, he's just like, "I saw this guy, I hate him, I cussed him out, and then my buddy Virgil and I, we shoved him in the shit, and we hugged and said it was awesome, and then everybody whooped his ass. It was the greatest thing ever. I'm a Christian." So anyway, did Nixon pass civil rights? There, lifted the mood. Read some fanfic to cringe us to death. You know, who here actually watched my Nixon the Untold Story little micro documentary I did earlier? Dante better not cut himself on his edge. Well, uh-oh. There we go. Awfully vengeful for someone who follows the religion of compassion. Yeah, so the historian and philosopher Will Durant, who I really like, in his Story of Civilization, there's it's in the Age of Faith. He talks about the Divine Comedy for a bit, and he's breaking it down. And but he's talking about, like, the Divine Comedy is so beautiful in sections that we forget it was written by a bitter asshole. And he's like, you know, if someone as bitter as and as angry as Dante could see God, we'll all be saved. All right, all the eyes of the world are fixed on Chile as Che Guevara gets released. A futile effort. Let's start arguing for a moment. When's everybody gonna arrive? I'll tell you what he told me. I must say something. I'm a only one responsible for factionalism is the traitor. So basically, the generals are bickering. They're bickering with one another. Oh, by the way, let's check out this. Anarchic communism is their economy. A shifting of the definition of the economy at its core. They believe in anarcho-communist socialism. It's the T-shirt man, yeah. Does anybody remember when Mercedes-Benz did the Che Guevara thing? It was, like, pretty controversial. They're like, "Live the revolution!" Let me show you the picture. They apologized for it later. I think Che's wife, like, kicked up a fuss. Oh, that's a really shitty quality picture. I'm trying to find, like, a high def picture. All right, here we go. This isn't a great image, but yeah, you can kind of see it, like the Mercedes-Benz logo's there, and there's like this whole thing. There's like a tank picture over here and stuff, and it just, or no, the tank's on the left, but it's a, and it's just, yeah, Viva la Revolution, and yeah, they caught some shit for that. The perfect model for a German luxury car, Che Guevara. It's like, look, I know sex sells. He's a handsome guy. Even the most hardcore right-wing person would agree. But it's like, come on. It's a, you know, I never would have died in that Bolivian prison if I'd been driving a Mercedes-Benz. Che being made into a project for making money for businessmen is the best irony. Yeah. Well, it's like, hold on, let's read this Broken Men thing here. They traveled the man for days, elusive, unfamiliar. Victor's blood boiled all the roar. They recognized him on sight. He was a German dog who was polluting Russia with his filth. The German got to his feet and approached him as he bled out into the snow, dragged him to a tree. They cleaned and applied his bandages. When he finished, he stood and began to walk away, gathered himself enough to force out the words. This changes nothing, German pig. You deserve death for your crimes. All your bastards do. What? Okay. I know. Huh. Alright. But, well, that's kind of like, I was thinking about that the other day. Do you guys know that TikTok dance? Well, God, that doesn't help. But last year there was this thing where there was this TikTok dance that was getting really popular. And I'm going to take you, okay, miniature TED Talk moment with Conquering History Games. And there was this thing for a while where people were doing a dance in TikTok. And it was, so I'm going to show it to you first. So you guys, we're going to go backwards in time here in 3 acts. So like this thing, right? I'm sure a lot of you saw that. I sure as fuck don't use TikTok and social media, and I saw it a million times, if for no other reason than people were telling me about it, right? So, obviously, this was a thing done by Twitch. Let's call them loose women. Let's be polite, right? And so that comes from that was based off of this other video somebody did here with 02 from Darling in the Franxx. Terrific anime, by the way. It's really misunderstood. It's extremely deep. This is where the dance comes from, right? Wrong! Wrong! It actually has deeper, but you know, there's still like obviously a little bit of a hedonistic and sexual connotation to it, right? And the dance really comes from an anime expo thing that was done several years ago called Me, Me, Me. Let me try to find that particular part of it. Here we go, here we go. This. So this is the roots of it. And so this is oh shit. There we go. Oh, bam, ass. Yeah, this is where it comes from first. And this is a piece of media which is all about freaking the dangers of pornography and yeah, getting jacked in, like Tenebrae says, you know, and stuff, and it's like not just porn addiction, but like the otaku lifestyle, and so then like over the years it got redirected into perfect for the cyberpunk music to come back now. It ends up being redirected into a sexual thing where like people are just like watching these women dance, and some men too also just dance and scourge to this thing that like has roots this years earlier, which was like initially like an anti-addiction, an anti over sexualization of poisoning your mind. It gets turned into men and women just making themselves up like whores, except whores get paid, I guess. And yeah, so it just gets fed into a meat grinder, and then yeah, from anti-addiction message to degeneracy. So that's how that's like the Che thing is like the communist manifesto, right? So you got this Che guy who, whether you agree or disagree with him, he had a certain political point of view. He had like a world mindset, and then Mercedes-Benz takes it and slaps him over a Mercedes-Benz and puts the logo in his beret. So it's like that. It reminds me of that. Anyway, how about we play a video game, huh? Let's be gamers! This has been one of the wilder streams I've done in a while. Yes, we can purchase infantry equipment, finally. This is where the dude suits up and kills anime women. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet Providence says, I don't understand. I just saw this comment from Sweet Providence. I don't understand the context behind this, and I'm terrified. They're just swinging their hips. How's that a fad? I don't understand, but it was this whole thing. Obviously, it was, yeah, it is just them swinging their hips. Oh, Omsk turned blue. What's going on here? Oh, they went modernist. Cool. I like that shade of blue. That's nice. But the whole thing is like it was the kind of people who are doing it. No more Darling in the Franxx. It's time to game. Yeah, Darling in the Franxx. Excellent, excellent show. For if you're a romantic, you'd love it. Being an old man born in the 1800s and in real life me not being that young, this stuff makes me feel ancient. Society, am I right? Yeah. Bandits are attacking. War has begun in the desert. They came after Suzset. Hold on a sec. What is this? I don't know what this is. Mongolian Civil War finally ended. Bandit attack. Let's see, start stream to show off Toolbox theory, ends up showing anime and TikTok dashes. I'm fighting degeneracy! I really feel that people who hate Darling in the Franxx are the kind of people who miss the point. I don't want to go into it, but basically there's twists along the way, and I think some people got too involved in trying to follow the plot when the point of the plot is... Like, the plot is not the point. Although... some things that people say, oh, that doesn't make sense, actually do make sense if they paid more attention, but freaking it's hold on, let's read this bandits attack thing first. But what I will say is, like, the point of Darling in the Franxx is the relationships between the characters. That's the more important thing, and I don't just mean sexual and romantic. Anyway, Bandits attacked. They came after sunset. They acquitted themselves well. The cadres fought. The next day, they would be added to the ever-growing list of martyrs, and High Command would be charged with dealing with the situation. So, we can shore up existing settlements so this doesn't happen again, and this gives us political power, but we lose stability, and we'll get a land fort, or we can find the people who did this and make them pay, and we'll just straight up lose political power. I'm fine with losing the, stability. We've been in the negatives this whole freaking game anyway. Nicholas says, hey CHG, that whatever you say boomer made a whole career out of a single lazy dance to a song she didn't even make. I was actually having a conversation about that with a friend of mine, and I was talking about like how I'm gonna start going crazy with like the Hololive connections, because the girl who, or the woman who sang that whatever you say boomer song was a VTuber who later became a different VTuber for Hololive, and then ended up being in a Taco Bell commercial, and Taco Bell had earlier had a billboard next to the Hololive Ina's billboards in Times Square for her birthday, and people were going, okay, so the taco thing, like Taco Bell, that's a pun, right? Because the takoashis, or is it just a weird coincidence? Either way, the purple works. And it was just connections, man, connections. And it's gonna turn out that that like, I don't know, it's good. Joe Biden's gonna like take off his mask and he's Yago or something. There we go. Civil Rights Act is 62. Turning point. All right, let's face it. We just want to know who's gonna follow up Nixon, Kennedy, and McCormick now. Yeah, I highly recommend that me video. Just type in me with exclamation points after each me, and it'll pop up. It's got millions of views. Why do I have invasion plans against Novosibirsk? It's because I was going to do a raid against them before. Let's scavenge for some more loot. It's going to hurt my factory output. But it's a really good thing, because it's basically a story about a guy who's got a girlfriend, but the otaku lifestyle is ruining his relationship he has with a real woman. I think it's a really, really good piece of animation. It was pretty controversial when it came out because it is highly sexualized, but that's sort of the point. I think we want to get this prepared for the storm so we can get the political power gain early. I am the storm that is approaching. Oh, who the hell is ultimating me? Pavlodar? Liberal conservatives. You are not my bro. This is not the Novosibirsk campaign. You are not my guy. By the way, we're probably going to only go for like another 20 minutes. I probably should have already ended today's stream. It's gone so long. Otaku lifestyle, not showering and collecting figurines, I guess. I say that as somebody who does have figurines, but they're all cheap ones. I'm not one of those people who gets like $5,000 ones. We have received an ultimatum. So we're gonna say we won't back down, but we gotta get in position first. Good thing that infantry equipment came in. I didn't get to see the regional mechanic. What regional mechanic? What regional mechanic? Where? Wait, you mean like uniting Western Siberia? We're gonna do that tomorrow. We can work on this more tomorrow, but show me what you're talking about. Oh yeah, the stream. I'm gonna keep playing this campaign. Yeah, we're gonna unite Russia. I'm not gonna do that in a night though. As more guys take themselves out of the dating pool, lesbians get more options. Yeah. Oi, what's happening in the Philippines? The AFRSR, Revolutionary Front Socialism, and then there's the Second Philippine Republic, Controlled Democracy Parliamentarians, and the USFIP, the interim government of despotism. There's a three-way Philippines war thing situation. Or what? Yeah, lesbians. Yeah, I'm freaking. I remember once I have a friend. I have some friends that are good looking, and many years ago, we had ended up on a discussion. We were talking about like the birth rate in Japan, and this particular friend of mine, women seem to like him. I personally don't think he's the most handsome of our friends, but I'm a heterosexual man, so I don't know. But women seem to like him. I think him being the tallest one of our friends helps. But we were just talking about how, like, we had read this article recently that, like, 50% of men in Japan, like, women won't even look at him. Like, they're just disgusted by him and would never consider him as a partner. And then, but, like, the birth rate was also dropping. And so we were just saying, like, we just need to send him over there. It's going to be, like, fucking fishing with dynamite. And he's going to just going to have to lay down the law and say, look, I'm not going to use a condom. We got to get your birth rate up. And it's just, and then in 20 years, there'd be, like, a bunch of his half-breeds running around the islands. The lesbians are working with the Japanese. It's all a master plan. Anyway, so looks like we're in a position we will not back down. Voluntary extinction movement, let's go. Oh, that was a pretty funny Hololive moment recently, actually, when Sana came back. She did this little skit thing where she blows up the Earth and everybody's going, no, the Earth's been destroyed! And then Coroni's just going, Earth's gone, let's go. And then in her straight voice, it was funny. TNO community is not happy with you, minus 9,000 TNO points. What? What is that, like social credit? Big P is not proud of you. Who's Big P? Besides what's in my pants? Anyway, so decisions. What do we got here? We can prepare for a raid. Oh, we could just raid them right back. See how they like it. Paradox. Oh my gosh, if Paradox Interactive saw this stream, let's just say I think there's a reason I haven't been emailed a free code for a no step back, and I wouldn't entirely blame them. Hey.
Yo, but seriously, Paradox, call me.
Alright, we could reconnect some more grids here. Winning border conflict, plus 7,000 TNO points. Whoa, can we get to 100 likes, guys? We're pretty close. Oh, Pink Panzer or Pacifica. Are all the leaders of TNO start with P? Kind of want to do the train the troops thing here. I don't know. I'm sure there's a myriad of factors that are contributing to this stuff in Japan, the issues. Like workplace culture. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I think I might just hold on to this political power for a little bit. Maybe come up here. See, what? I don't need this open. Close that. I'll just hold on to it right here. 100 likes! Let's go! No offense to our Japanese bros, but a 996 work schedule sounds ridiculous for career workers. Let's see here. Let's not talk about Paradox. They aren't kind to all the tankies and caps and militarists in the chats. See, Nicholas says, I blame America for Japan's problems. I blame America for every problem ever. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Raid offensive. Yeah! Over the 100 hump. Nice, nice. Let us celebrate with a haiku, since we were talking about Japan and we're on such a poetry tear today. Let's see, something autumn themed. We got autumn themes haiku here. Oh, this is perfect because our old leader is going to be retiring soon. Cut the music!
Sad twilight.
Well, hold on. Let's get some... We need to get Japanese music. Give me a second here. Oh, right. Here we go. It's too bright. Too bright. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's just read the thing. Oh, I lost my page. Oh, here we go. Autumn. Is this autumn? No, that's summer. Dang it. So this one goes out to Karbyshev and to you all for getting me to 100 likes.
Sad twilight cricket. Yes, I have wasted once again those daylight hours.
You know what? Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
An old tree was felled, echoing, dark echoing, thunder in the hills.
But seriously, this has been a great stream. You guys are awesome. Purchase more infantry equipment? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh boy, that interest rate is hurting me. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so we were gonna also do this, let's see, we're securing control, scavenging for loot. Initiate the raid, let's go, let's go. They refuse tribute, you done fucked up now. Raid successful. Take it all. I want it all and I want it now. Come on, auto balance you. Insufficient resource. Okay, what's going on with these CIA plots? Split of the Roman Empire was the CIA. Spied off the Mongol invasion was instigated by the CIA. The CIA is dumping money into Roman civil wars. The meteor that killed the dinosaurs was a CIA plant. My father dying at age 49 was a CIA plot. Alright, well, I think we're gonna end it there. So yeah, this is because we got quite a lot done. We're through the first 8 months, but it's a whole lot that we had to go through. I do plan on streaming tomorrow night. Thank you all very much for those of you who came here. I appreciate the likes. And you know what? If you're really somebody who enjoys me talking about history, or kind of getting off topic, you might want to subscribe to my Voyages in Time channel. Which is like where I'm going to be doing non-gaming content. I'm linking it in the description if anybody wants to go over there and subscribe. I've actually got some plans that I want to work on, hopefully this Sunday over there. Anyway, so I guess since we're talking about the Civil War, Roman Civil Wars, let's end it with a joke. How do you split the Roman Empire? With a pair of Caesars. Thank you very much. I'm Conquering History Game. You all are wonderful. Mwah, mwah to you all. Thank you very much for the super chats. They are what keep the live streams going. I do plan on live streaming tomorrow, as I said before. Yeah, this is apparently some people thought that I was only going to be streaming this the one day today because to like kind of show the mod off. No, we're going to do more. We're going to you know, unite Russia at minimum. At minimum. And maybe we'll go on to fight the Germans or whatever, but at minimum we're going to do it. Anyway, I'm Conquering History Games, and you all have yourselves a wonderful evening. Good night.